everyone, and welcome to Change Bible Study. I'm Chris Bailey, and we are continuing the study of redemption in Romans. And today's lesson, we're trying to understand even more clearly the idea of righteousness being His righteousness, Christ's righteousness. In fact, when we look at Romans chapter 3, in the 25th verse, there's a big word that's used, but it's actually not our verse for the day. The verse for the day deals with that same word. So let's go there, then we'll go back to Romans chapter 3. In Hebrews chapter 9, verse number 5, the Bible says, "And above it were the cherubim of glory, overshadowing the mercy seat. Of these things we cannot now speak in detail." This word here for mercy seat comes from the Greek word hilasterion. This word is used 2 times in the New Testament. We just read that the first instance, or one instance, in the New Testament, but now let's look at the first time it's used. That is back in Romans chapter 3. In Romans chapter 3 and in verse 25, that word hilasterion, or mercy seat, is used this way. Romans 3:25 says, "Whom God set forth as a propitiation by His blood through faith, to demonstrate His righteousness, because in His forbearance God had passed over the sins that were previously committed." That's a big one, and it's one to get tongue-tied with easily. Propitiation, also meaning mercy seat. Well, to understand what is the propitiation in Romans 3, let's look at Hebrews 9, the mercy seat. Remember, in the Old Testament sanctuary that God commanded Moses to build, He created the Ark of the Covenant. In this big chest, there rested the law of God. And eventually, a couple of more things were added to it. There was a sample of manna from the children of Israel, and also Aaron's rod that budded. They all had their own symbolism, but inside of this chest, the law of God is where we find the commandments, the Decalogue, the will of God expressed on Sinai. The law condemns us because we as sinners have broken the law, but God gave us a message. By putting the law in the chest above the law, He created a covering that covered the law and that had 2 angels, 2 cherubim with their wings hovering, and in the middle of this area it is known as the mercy seat, or the seat of mercy, the hilasterion. When you go back now to Romans 3, when you look at verse 25, "Whom God had set forth as a propitiation by His blood." In effect, what Jesus did when He died for sinners, He created a seat of mercy. One of the ways that we used to induce capital punishment in this country was the electric chair. And in some places they may still use it, I don't know. But I'm glad to know that as a sinner, my ultimate fate is not an electric chair or a chair of fire, but Jesus now extends a seat, a chair of mercy. That He simply says, even by creating the seat, it identifies how I'm supposed to receive this grace, how I am supposed to experience this change, this righteousness. Have a seat. Sit down and rest in my righteousness. I don't have enough time to go all the way with this thing, but I want you to know, again, friend, that the point we're trying to make here is that this is a justification, a declared righteousness that comes from God, not from within me, not because of what I do, but again, because of what Jesus has done, and because of what He's done, what He says, what He has declared about you and about me, and that is the word of mercy. Have a seat and trust in Jesus. Until next time, please remember that change